Hi, I'm Sarah Keeler and I'm one of the English tutors here at Wolsey Hall. This video is to help you with connectives. So first of all, what is a connective? So they're connecting adverbs and they can link your ideas, which can be used in either different sentences or sometimes to link your paragraphs. They're used to show a connection to one part of your writing to another, and it's a way of making your writing more powerful. So this is a good way of remembering some simple connectives that you can use. So it's called FANBOYS, and this is just a list that you could remember. So it relates to the connectives for and nor, but, or, yet, or so. So by using these connectives in a sentence, you would make a compound sentence, and I'll show you some examples of this. So when you use them, you actually need to use a comma before them. So this is a really good example just to show you. So Amy is a farmer and she has 10 turkeys. So both parts of the sentence make sense on their own. So that's called a main clause. Amy is a farmer would make sense as a short sentence, and she has 10 turkeys also would make sense if you wanted to use that as a short sentence. Because they're linked, you can use the connective and, but if you did that, you need to make sure that you use that comma before. So a more complicated way of using connectives is to use something called subordinating connectives. These are used to make complex sentences. They join subordinate clauses to main clauses, and you don't usually use a comma when you use them. So some examples of the connectives that you can use are things like if, although, while, because, or since. And here's a couple of examples of how to use them. So Ben is angry because it is so cold. For this sentence, Ben is angry is a main clause and could be used as a short sentence on its own. However, because it is so cold, wouldn't make sense on its own. It's a subordinate clause. So that's why the connective is used there to link those two ideas together. The second one, Naomi has calmed down since he arrived. So Naomi has calmed down makes sense on its own. That's a main clause. You add the connective and then you have the subordinate clause, since he arrived. So that bit wouldn't make sense on its own. So this is a really good way of creating complex sentences in your writing. And it's really important to try to use a range of sentence structures. Slightly more complicated, you can actually use the connective at the beginning of a sentence. So here's a couple of examples. If you do this, you do need to use a comma after the subordinate clause. Because it's so cold, comma, Ben is so angry. If it snows, comma, Ben will stay in bed. So again, these are complex sentences and it's just another way of varying them. So I hope this video has helped explain how you can use connectives in your writing.